Hey guys, it's Cece and welcome to my Prideathon vlog. So I was about to film this whole thing and then I realized I was about to do the thing I do at the beginning of every vlog that I do that's a readathon, and that is I was going to talk this big talk about how successful this week is going to be. I was going to tell you about how I went grocery shopping, I'm going to cook myself a real fancy dinner. These are all patterns that have existed in previous videos, because what's going to happen is that today, day one of Prideathon, I'm going to be super productive. I'm going to cook, I'm going to edit, I'm going to read, and then things may go downhill. I'd love it if they didn't, but I'm trying to recognize my patterns, and this is one of them. So, today is a day. It is the first day of Prideathon, and I haven't started a book yet. So, usually when I start readathon vlogs, I start them at midnight the day of, but I go to sleep about 10 p.m. if not earlier, because I wake up at 4 a.m. for my job, as many of you know. So I was asleep before midnight. But I do know what book I'm going to start with. The first book I'm going to read for Prideathon is Let's Talk About Love by Claire Can. This book is about a biromantic ace girl. You can learn more about all the books I'm reading in my TBR at the, which I posted at the beginning of the month. But I'm super excited about this book. I am super, super excited. And it's really quick and it's contemporary, so we'll get through it fast. I have a lot of groceries to put away because it is Monday and therefore I am being productive today. And I'm alone this week, which is weird. So my mom and my sister are out of town. They're at Disneyland for spring break. I'm not at Disneyland, but it's because I'm going to see Janelle at the end of the month, so I can't just keep telling Target that I won't be there. But this is going to be a very CC populated video because ain't nobody else around, except the cats. The cats will probably be around. They have been all over me for love. It's been amazing. But, yeah, I'm all alone. I have some dishes to do, I have some groceries to put away, and then I have some editing to do, and some reading to do. So, let's get going with Prideathon. Hey, I thought I would do a quick check-in before bed. So I had a plan to read for longer today than I did. I've been watching a movie, like, every night since my family is gone, and I can just monopolize the living room and sit up there and watch whatever movies. So I sat down and I turned on Zodiac, which I'd never seen before. Not aware of the fact that Zodiac is 2 hours and 40 minutes long. So that's 40 minutes of time that I was going to use for other things, and I did not use it for. I will say that Zodiac was an excellent movie. I've been very into movies lately, like true story movies, journalism movies, anything involving that, I'm very, very into. Plus, David Fincher is one of my favorite filmmakers. He makes such good stuff. So I really liked Zodiac, but I did manage to read about 50 pages of Let's Talk About Love, which is already getting to me. I love it a whole lot already. It's funny because I think I could have used this book very, very deeply in my freshman year of college, which is when this book is set. It's set in Alice's, like, freshman year, the summer after freshman year of college. This book would have been very useful to me in that time in my life, and so I'm just like, I'm feeling it. I have work every day this week, obviously, so I'll have work again tomorrow. After work, I have a couple of errands to run, but yeah, now I'm gonna go to sleep because, oh dear, it's 9:45, I'm up so late. This is what happens when you go to work at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. You'd start sleeping like an old person. Yeah. Okay, good night. Okay, I just gotta share that you should never underestimate the ability of a group of grown-ass adults being told that they get to leave work early, because, like, the most cynical among them, the most kiss-assy among them will still let out a cheer and we will flee to the exit. It's the most exciting thing in the world. I got off work half an hour early. Honestly, I'm gonna be riding on this for days. Like, this half hour is gonna carry me places. Right now, I am at the library because there are a couple of books I'm supposed to read this week that I don't have yet. I put History Is All You Left Me and Little and Lion on hold at the library a couple of days ago. They came in yesterday, but yesterday I had other stuff to do, so I didn't come to the library. Now I'm here, I'm going to pick up my books. Maybe I'll get to them, maybe I won't this week, frankly. I started another book while I was at work. I'm reading one ebook this week. It is Cord by Chelsea M. Cameron. Okay, I couldn't download the whole thing on my phone right now because Amazon on my phone won't let me buy a book. It'll just let me download a sample. I have to actually have my laptop in front of me to buy a book. It's really stupid. But I read the 2-chapter sample and one of the characters, Chase, is so alarmingly me my freshman year of college. It's just a little scary. She's everything about me. She's overly anxious, keeps waking up early, has been freaking out about trying to start like her first classes on time. She brought a ton of books to college. She's an English major and wants to go into publishing, and she's gonna fall in love with her roommate even though she thinks she's very straight right now, and every single thing happened to me in my freshman year of college, so it's overwhelming. But I love Chelsea M. Cameron's writing. I loved her when she wrote Style, and the two main characters of Style appear in this book. It's really exciting to see them again. So excited about this week. Okay, I'm gonna go to the library before any of these people in the library parking lot come out to their cars and see me vlogging, because nothing makes me more uncomfortable. Okay, I'm just about to get like into bed, so I'm gonna be turning off some lights while I go downstairs, but I have to talk about the fact that I just finished my first book of Prideathon. Well, not just, it's actually been a few hours since I finished it, but I finished reading Let's Talk About Love by Claire Kahn, which was so good. Do we have creepy cats staring at me in the background? Yes. Yes, we do. It was just such a good book. I'm so glad that I read it. This was coming out to reviews initially that weren't the absolute best, but it had to go through some sensitivity reading and some changing, and I think that it was completely worth it. It was nerdy and it was heartfelt, and it explained asexuality really well. If you don't know what asexuality is, it dealt with the different emotions of that just supremely well. Alice was the most wonderful, loving character, and also I think it dealt with college and family in a really good way. That was like this whole side plot that I didn't expect. I just really liked it, and I wound up giving it a very solid 4 out of 5 stars. So glad that I read it. But we are off to a much better start than we have been to for so many other readathons for me in the past few months. It's day 2 and I've already finished a book. This is amazing. I am just about to start All Out, which is edited by Sandra Mitchell. This is the group book for this week. It's a collection of short stories. I'm planning to get through at least a couple tonight, just to like start off my read. This evening was really nice. I spent most of my day reading. I also uploaded a couple of videos, and I Skyped Janelle for about 2.5 hours. When we start Skyping, man, that conversation is gonna go on for a million years, and that's good. I love her and I want to talk to her, but like, that's what I did for most of my evening, was talk to my wonderful girlfriend. I had a cool plan going on tomorrow, but that has been delayed until Friday, so I'm still going to keep it a secret for now. I will let you know when that's actually happening, which is Friday. It's been pushed back twice now, so cross your fingers for Friday. Hello, kitty. We've got another cat. She is climbing my step stool. Leia, what are you doing? Leia? Yeah, I see ya. I see ya, you dork. It's been weird being just me and the cats. We're really bonding. They're in here a lot. But it's late. I've packed a lunch for tomorrow for work, and I'm gonna get into bed, read a little bit of this book, and then go to sleep. And that's my plan for tonight. Hey there, back in my car again. I just got off work today. I'm clearly wearing something else. This is not Target uniform material. I went home, sat on my couch for a few minutes, got dressed again, and I had to run some errands, so I just went to the bank, and now I'm gonna go grocery shopping. So I'm gonna take you guys grocery shopping with me, because it's the most exciting activity I've got going on today. Alright, I'm home now. I felt like I should talk about the thing I read last night, because I read the first story in All Out. The first story was by Anna Marie McLemore, who at this point I think is a pretty popular queer author, at least within the queer book community. Her books are getting a lot more hype, which is good. I read her book Wild Beauty last November, and it became one of my favorite books of the year, so I was really excited about the story. I think it was really solid. We expect the best from her, and she continues to bring the best. She is such an incredible writer, and I wound up giving the short story in All Out 4 out of 5 stars. That is all I've read since I last updated you, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna put away these groceries, and then I'm going to make myself food for the next couple of days, and then I'm gonna make food for tonight, which is a different event. Not an event, it's just me eating food. But then I just went and got I, Tonya at Redbox. So I think when I finish making my dinner, I'm gonna watch myself some I, Tonya, which I'm very excited about. It's about 9, which means I'm going to be going to sleep fairly soon. I'm gonna read a little bit more before that, but I figured I'd update you now while I was not half asleep, because that's gonna happen later. I read 2 more stories in All Out. 2 more. One was not that great, and one was pretty good. So the second story, let me just open my notes, honestly. So the second story was The Sweet Trade, which is by Natalie C. Parker. That one was really just okay. I don't think it was long enough. It just felt like everything was moving very quickly, and I was asked to believe a lot of things really quickly. So didn't love that one. I think I gave it a 2.5. The other story that I read was And They Don't Kiss at the End by Nyla Magruder, who is an author I have never heard of before, but I definitely want to look into more of their work. It was set in like the 1970s, and it had a protagonist that I believe was Ace. I really liked that one. I thought it was fun. I love reading books set in the 70s. I think that they just have a very cool vibe, so I enjoyed that a lot. So I gave that one 3.5 out of 5 stars. When I finish an anthology, I average out all my ratings, and that's what I give the anthology, so that's why I'm giving you individual ratings for each story. When I finish this book, I will write a full detailed review where I write a few sentences about each and every story in the book. They're some of the most detailed reviews that I do, so if you're interested, I will probably link that down in the description if I finish this book, and I think that I will. I also read about another 7% of Cord by Chelsea M. Cameron, which is... It's like so sappy. It's so sappy, but that's exactly what I knew it was going to be going in, and the main characters still really remind me of myself in college, especially one of them just I relate to very, very hard, and the ways that they rationalize to themselves how they feel about their college roommate is a mood. It was a feeling that I went through when I was like, it's fine, I clearly straight. This is not what this is. Oh man, they're going through that same thing, and I'm like, girls, you should just skip a lot of the stress and agony. I can tell you right now, I read the synopsis of your book, you gay. That's about it. I cooked so much this evening. I just want to say that because here's what I think the worst part about adulthood is. When you do an incredibly adult task, a professional cheerleading squad does not immediately appear to tell you what a good job you did, and that should be a requirement whenever you do an adult thing. Sign up for health insurance. I wanted a parade after I signed up for health insurance, but today I made 2 separate meals. One that I actually ate, and one that I was just making, like, meal prep, and I know that that's not that big a deal, but as an adult, sometimes I pull off stuff and I'm like, I made 2 meals today, and I generally subsist on a diet of, like, instant meals. I ate a lot of ramen, I ate a lot of Hot Pockets, so the fact that I cooked steak and I cooked chicken and there were sides to go along with all of these things is just absurd, and I think that we should have personal cheerleading squads for whenever we succeed in adult tasks. It's just my personal feeling. So, that happened. Oh, and I watched I, Tonya, which was so good. I know, like, pretty little about Tonya Harding. It just happened just enough before my time that it had all kind of blown over, so I didn't have as much information about her, but it was like a really interesting movie and a very funny movie that has incredible people in it. Margot Robbie is such a good actress. She's so good, and it had one of the best movie soundtracks I've ever listened to. So, yeah, this has been a long update, but that is what has been going on with me today. And now I'm going to go read a little bit more of Cord and then go to sleep. Hey, it's late. I mean, not late, but like late for me to be checking in the first time today. It's a little after 8. It's not late at all. Oh my god. But I wanted to update you on some stuff that's been going on today. Work obviously happened. It was like a pretty mellow day. Everyone was in a really good mood, so we had a lot of fun together. This was a really good day for me. I I've been happier lately. I mean, I think that a lot of people have noticed that maybe I haven't been, like, operating at full speed for the past couple of months, but I've been happy. Today was one of the days where I just feel, like, really, really good. After work, I went and saw my therapist. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe I was just like, oh man, I feel a lot better about my life after talking to someone about it. I also took my neighbors to go and pick up their car, because I was at a mechanic. I got home, I watched YouTube for a while, I worked on my bullet journal for a long time. It was a successful day. Last night I read a bunch more of Cord, and I was reading some just now before I was like, oh man, I gotta check in, it's late. I'm still really, really liking it. I think it gets a little too cheesy for me at times, which is not necessarily a critique against it. It's just that with books like this, I really like them, but they don't become like my favorite books of all time, which is fine. Not every book you read has to become your favorite book of all time. But like, there are just these moments that I'm like, oh, I love cheese. This is so cheesy. But I'm still really liking it, still chugging along. My Kindle app says I have like an hour and a half or so after that. It's a very quick book. It's under 200 pages. I haven't read the next story in All Out yet, but the next one is by Mackenzie Lee, so I'm really, really excited about it. I also watched a movie tonight. I've been watching a lot of movies lately. You've probably noticed I've been on a real movie kick. This was not my favorite. I watched Ingrid Goes West, and it was just like fine. If you guys want to know, keep up to date on what I'm watching and movies that I like, my Letterboxd account should be linked below, and you can follow that if you're interested. I'm chilling on the couch. I have like an hour and a half before I really need to be like going to bed and going to sleep. So I'm gonna read Cord, and then I'm gonna read a story from All Out. And that is my evening. So, I feel like I've been kind of keeping you guys in the dark about something this week, and I mean, that's been a little bit intentional. I've wanted the anticipation to build, and also I wanted to make sure it was actually happening. But today is a really exciting day, because I'm going to go get my third tattoo done. Guess what though? I'm gonna make you wait a little bit longer before I tell you what it is. First, I'm gonna give you a reading update. I read more of Cord. My feelings are the same, so I'm not going to share more of them. I also read another story of All Out. This one was Burnt Umber by Mackenzie Lee, and it was so good. It was so good. She just has a way of writing funny and a way of writing cute that I love. And I gave that story 4 out of 5 stars, so that was pretty exciting. I have less than an hour left of Cord, so I'm hoping I'll be able to finish it tonight, but also my mom and my sister are getting home today. So less free time overall. They'll be back in a couple of hours. I need to clean. I mean, it's not that bad, but I need to clean. As far as the tattoo, so it is not going to be super visible in any of my videos like my Harry Potter one is, or even like my Lord of the Rings one is, because this one's going to be on my ribs. And I know that that's like a super basic white girl place to get a tattoo, but I'm a basic white girl sometimes, so it's fine. So as I mentioned yesterday, this hasn't been the easiest year for me. It's been one of the tougher years for me. But something that I have always remembered every year and every time that stuff gets difficult is I think about the quote, the Walt Disney quote that they use most frequently in Meet the Robinsons. In that movie, they keep saying, keep moving forward, which is part of a much longer Walt Disney quote about continuing onwards, about looking to the future, about creating, and it's a quote that I love, and it's a sentiment that I love, and a sentiment that has gotten me through times in the past, and that has gotten me through times now. Keep moving forward, whatever is going on, deal with it, but keep looking to what is going to happen next. And so with the fact that I have been feeling really proud of myself for getting through some stuff lately, I decided it was finally time to stop delaying this tattoo. So my cousin's a tattoo artist. She is the one who did my Deathly Hallows on my wrist. I will leave her Instagram linked below. She's a really, really fabulous artist. But yeah, she's going to do the words keep moving forward, and it'll be seen sometimes, but honestly, it's going to be there as a reminder to me and my personal thing that I think about, and I'm really, really excited about it. So I'm gonna clean, And then I'm gonna go get a tattoo. Hey there, a possibly quick update. First of all, I've got to fix this because I have plans today. I didn't read anything else last night because I got home really late from getting my tattoo. I don't really get to see my cousin very often, like outside the context of our family, where we kind of have to censor ourselves to a certain degree. So we just got to hang out, and that was really fun. But I got the tattoo done, and it's real swollen right now, but I will get Zoe to take a video so I can show you. My side is hurting. And it sucked not to be able to sleep on that side last night a lot, but I really like it. And it hurt like hell. It hurt way worse than my first 2 tattoos, even though it took less time. Well, that's because it was on my ribs. I read like 20% of Cord this morning, so I have, how much left? 25? 30% left of the book to read. I haven't read any more of All Out, but I'm hopefully going to. Today, I'm going to see my friend Brian. He's driving down. We're doing some stuff on our own, and then him and me and my sister Zoe are gonna go see A Quiet Place, the new movie, and I'm like terrified but also excited. And then I have a movie night with my Aunt Sunny tonight because we get together every Saturday and we do movie night. So yeah, I've just been packing today. We have until the end of the month to move out because we sold our house, so we've been slowly packing. I'm hopefully gonna go read after I fix my hair and put on a tiny bit of makeup. That's the plan for today. Saturday, we are getting close to the end of this readathon. Really want to finish Cord, really want to finish All Out. I would love if I could get a 3rd book in there, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of my update. I've got some stuff to do. Oh man, did I ever predict correctly yesterday what was going to happen? So I definitely didn't read anything else. That didn't happen. Okay, I read one story in All Out, which was the one by Robin Talley. I think it's called The Dresser and the Chambermaid, and it was really cute. I've had a lot of issues with Robin Talley. I think that she's made some decisions writing-wise that aren't the best, and in general I just haven't loved her writing, but maybe I like her more in a short story format. I also have an arc of Toil and Trouble, the witch anthology that's coming out later this year. She has a story in there, so I'm really excited to read that and see if maybe I just like her more as a short story author than as a full novel author. But I really liked it. I thought it was cute. I've always been one for loving palace drama, like it just gets me, so I wound up giving that one 4 out of 5 stars. Great story, huge fan. I didn't read any more of Cord. I did, however, go and see A Quiet Place, and okay, I don't like scary movies. I famously do not like scary movies, can't handle them. This was such a good movie. I cannot wait to watch it again and again. It was incredible. It was creative, and it was just, like, heartbreaking and perfectly acted. The cast of this movie is phenomenal. I loved every part of it. I loved the fact that my enormous theater was silent for 2 hours. It was such a cool experience. I highly recommend the movie. I'm a scaredy cat, and I honestly wasn't that scared by it. It's more tension than being scared. And then the creatures themselves look a bit scary, but honestly, I would put them at the level of, like, the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. That's kind of the level of scare factor you're talking with the creatures themselves. It's like a family drama, but it's a horror movie. Absolutely fantastic. I also hung out with my aunt last night and weirdly watched a couple of episodes of Stranger Things. I've already seen all of it, but I am, for my aunt, I kind of act as a trigger warning person, and one of her things that she cannot handle is animals being hurt. So I warned her before she started the show that there was an episode about a cat being killed, which is one of her absolute worst things. She cannot handle it. So I went over and was acting as her person to go, okay, now you have to close your eyes and close your ears and hum, and I'll let you know what happens and when the show comes back and you can watch it again. But it was season 2. I love season 2 of Stranger Things. Loved being able to watch some episodes of that again. Now it's Sunday. I believe it's the last day of Prideathon. So I have some reading to do, but I just went and got some McDonald's. There it is. For my mom and my sister and I, and they're probably going to be getting mad at me because I'm letting their food get cold talking on my phone. So I'm going to go inside, I'm going to eat this, and then we have to pack today. We have to pack a lot, as much as we can. I hate moving. I haven't moved in 10 years. I mean, like, I've gone back and forth between here and school a lot in the past 4, but I haven't moved houses in 10 years, and I'm thrilled. Well, Prideathon is officially over, and I guess I have a couple of final reviews to share. On last night, the final night of Prideathon, I finished reading Cord by Chelsea M. Cameron. It was delightful. It came to a conclusion that I was really happy with. It was really sweet overall. I mean, I've been talking the whole week about how it was really sweet and really nice and how I identified with a lot of it. So I really liked the very end, and I wound up giving it 3.5 out of 5 stars. So 3.5 stars. It was really sweet. Absolutely recommend. Chelsea M. Cameron just brings it with the ridiculously fluffy, cute female-female romances. I also read 2 more stories in Get Out. Get Out, dear God. I read 2 more stories in All Out. I read New Year by Melinda Lowe, which I thought was okay. I think it was a little too short, and I feel like I didn't get a full picture of, I don't know, it just didn't like stick with me. It wasn't one of those stories that's gonna stick with me, so I gave that one like a 3.5 out of 5. And then I read Molly's Lips by Dahlia Adler. I've never read anything by Dahlia Adler before. It was the first time. I definitely know I'm gonna be reading more. I think it's the shortest story in the collection, but it's the first one I gave 4.5 stars. It's my favorite one so far. I thought it was wonderful, and it was good. Highly recommend. But that is it. I did not finish All Out before the end of Prideathon, which means that I only finished 2 books, 2.5, but I'm cool with that. I achieved a bunch of challenges, but not all of them. Honestly, 2.5 books in a week is killing it for me in 2018, so I'm counting this as a win. Plus, I'm going to keep reading some of the books on my TBR throughout the rest of the month, so some of them are still definitely going to get read. I'm going to start Radio Silence today. I cannot wait to do that. I hope that you have all enjoyed watching this Prideathon vlog and hearing what I have been reading this week. Let me know if you participated in Prideathon and which books you have finished, if you've read any of the books I mentioned, if you have finished All Out. Any of these things, let me know how they were down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I love Prideathon, and I can't wait to participate in it again. I believe the next round this year is going to be in September because it happens twice a year. I will most likely be participating then as well, and I can't wait. So, yeah, I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!